Well, updated compliance issues are what some of the older buildings face here in the city as growth continues. Madison County Courthouse is one of those buildings in the process of looking into making those changes. Our Ken McCoy has more.
This building is an older building. It has some structural concerns.
The current Madison County Courthouse was built in 1967. You can imagine after 56 years, updates are necessary.
There's some things like ADM compliant restrictions that it has, water issues, those kind of things. So the building is, aging and it needs some work.
But upgrading something of this magnitude is not all that simple.
As we begin to look at this building and look at all of the departments, if you will, that we have in the building, such as we have the 23rd Judicial Circuit Court in this building. Now we're at the point to saying, okay, what needs are in this building as far as service needs, what kind of space do we need, is there wasted space, and the structure and the credibility of the structure of the buildings.
The Madison County Commission is trying to come up with sure ways to make the changes necessary, but they say it's a process.
There's some discussions about how are we going to approach this. Are we going to tear this building down? Are we going to build a new courthouse at this location? Would there be an opportunity to move off-site somewhere?
And part of that process is discussing design.
They're doing some interviews with contractors, looking at structural design. We're looking at cost effectiveness. All of these things are going on right now, and that's really where we are.
And the city of Huntsville is also willing to lend a hand.
I will say the city of Huntsville, they've been very cooperative. They've sat down and discussed this. The mayor and I have talked about properties around the area that we could utilize, and they're willing to try to help us in that way.
But no matter what, public input will be needed.
What we will do as we move into these phases and we start looking at the actual numbers and cost, what we will do is bring the public in and have them part of this process so we can have input from them.
For Fox 54 News, I'm Ken McCoy.